Hello everybody, and a very happy 2015 to all of you. Thank you very much for checking out my videos and subscribing in 2014. It's been a really fun and productive year, and I've learned a lot of things about photography, and it's been a crazy adventure. So I finally got to make a new video. I'm just back from a fantastic week in Taiwan, traveling around with a good photographer friend of mine. Just taking it easy and doing some landscape and street photography and things like that. I have a new camera here waiting for me, which I ordered to play with. And I'm deciding whether it's going to be a replacement for my heavier cameras like the 5D Mark III or the 1D series. For my wedding work and things like that, or if it'll be just a bit more of a play camera and something to take along on my travels to cut down on weight. So without any further ado, here it is. It's the Fuji X-T1 mirrorless camera. Currently Fuji's top of the line mirrorless camera. The main things I was impressed with: the size, the weight. Right now I have the battery grip attached to the bottom here. Which of course you don't have to have if you want to go even lighter, but I prefer to have it on for the additional grip and vertical shutter button, and you get double the amount of shots from having an extra battery in here, also doubling your shot count to about 900 or somewhere in that vicinity, I believe. I bought it with the 18 to 55mm f2.8 to f4 Fujinon lens. So I heard some reviews that of the two kit lenses that you can buy this camera with, of the two, this one is the sharpest in the corners, although it does miss out on the weather sealing, which the other lens, the 18 to 135 or 140 or something like that, that one does have weather sealing where this one does not. The body though is totally weather sealed, so it'll be great with future weather sealed lenses for when you're out in the rain. But in my test shots so far, I have found this lens to be super duper sharp, even right out in the corners, and very little to zero chromatic aberration, which is the purple kind of haloing effect you get around high contrast areas like in trees and on the edges of things, which can be really nasty and annoying to us pixel peepers. But on this lens it's been really clean and sharp. I'm really enjoying it. It also has vibration reduction, image stabilization, or as Fuji call it, OIS, optical image stabilization, I'm presuming, which also works very well, I've noticed. At very low shutter speeds I'm able to get super sharp shots. It's a very nice feature. So I'm also loving, of course, all these old school manual dials up here. Everything is easy to change in your manual settings. You've got from the left over here, let's see, you've got your ISO, very easy. Your base ISO is set to 200. You can go down lower in the L setting, up to a native ISO of 6400. And I was very impressed. I was shooting some test shots at 3200 in low light, and the images were superb. I'll pop one of them up now that I shot with my daughter Jenna here in the house mucking around, and this shot was done at 3200 ISO, and I think you'll agree it's quite clean. Moving along the top of the camera now, I've got your regular hot shoe mount, which works fine with some of my existing Yongnuo flashes and triggers that I use with my Canons. They work just fine on here as well, so that's fantastic. It also comes with a additional flash, this little pop-up fella here. I've never been a big fan of pop-up flashes, but they can be handy in a pinch, of course. But it's nice that they include one with the body, so it just pops onto the hot shoe like so, and then you can just flip it up. So it's quite a nice height from the lens. It will still put out enough light, I think, to cover closer objects, even if you have your lens hood attached, as it sits quite high. So it's quite nice. It runs from power from the camera, so you don't need to put any batteries in it, which is also another nice feature. But I haven't used it yet, so I can't attest to the light quality coming out of it. Moving right along now, we've got the shutter dial over here. You can set it to A for automatic, as you can with the other dials here as well. Or you can select your shutter speed up to 4,000th of a second and down to 30 seconds before going into bulb mode. So yep, that's nice. It's a little bit lower than my higher end cameras, which go up to 8,000th of a second, but that's okay. Exposure compensation dial over here for when you're in your automatic modes, like your time value or your aperture value. You can go and select like +1 stop, +3 stops, down to -3 if you want to make your image brighter or darker. An array of other little dials under here as well for selecting your continuous shooting, high speed. Let's see, I think it does 7 frames a second. I'm going to turn it on, give it a burst and see if we can hear. I'm not sure if the microphone can pick that up, but that's pretty damn fast for a little camera like this. I love this screen on the back here. It pops out, articulating screen, so very handy for getting high shots, or you can pop it on the ground, fold it out and look down into it like an old view camera kind of thing like this. So that's great to open up opportunities of shooting different angles, nice and high and really low, which I couldn't really do before without a lot of frustration or extra accessories or guessing. It runs on SD cards and it accepts the newest super duper high speed SD card, which they have. I don't have any of those yet, but I haven't noticed any problems recording images at fast speed to this. The buffer seems to write to the card very quickly. So would I use it for weddings, and will it replace my existing cameras? Not just yet, but it could do in the future once I get used to all these dials and things, because it's quite different to what I'm used to on my Canon cameras. I can change any setting pretty much without even really thinking about it or without even looking at the camera. I still need to get a lot more familiar with the camera first before I feel comfortable enough to quickly go in and change a setting, or if something is wrong and trouble shooting that problem, where I'd feel really comfortable doing that on my Canons. Not so comfortable with this yet, so in the heat of the moment at a wedding I wouldn't be that confident just yet. But I have used it for events and balls and mostly still objects so far. As for keeping up with sports and things like that, probably not the best choice. There is a continuous AI servo type mode, but I'm not too sure just yet how well it will be keeping up with fast moving objects, so I'm yet to test that one out. As you've probably heard before in other reviews, the viewfinder is superb. It is so big, clear. It is a digital viewfinder, so it's a little bit weird for me coming from SLRs where I was always having an optical viewfinder, but it's way better than anything I've seen in the past with digital viewfinders. Very clear and great for manually focusing too, because it has a focus assist button here, which will zoom up to 100% and really allow you to see clearly what you're focusing on. And there's a bunch of different modes in there as well, like split focusing screens and other kind of ways to help you manually focus better, and it is really handy. So that's just a quick little overview of the Fuji X-T1. If you have any questions or comments about the camera, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thanks very much for liking and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.